Hello, chess masters. Okay, welcome back. We'll get right into it. We're going to continue with the checkmating lesson. All right. We stopped here. The queen gave checkmate. This is a great checkmate here. In this case, the bishop is e8. The queen can come to a6. The king in here. Checkmated. What kind of checkmate is this? It's called an assisted mate. Bishop is guarding. The queen is doing the chasing, and both pieces work independently to trap that king and checkmate it. Okay, now either piece of the guard. Here, what do we do here? There are two guards on the seventh rank. Still, there is only one. Never checkmate. Which rook is going to be delivered checkmate? This king has two escape squares. Usually, you could use either one, but beware, there's a defender about. Well, chose a rook on g7 to go to g8. You got the right answer. Here, if the rook tries to play to b8, the knight is in the perfect spot to defend against this. Instead, this is an assisted mate, also known as a ladder mate when you use both rooks. But technically, there's a guard here. This is a very important job this rook has still, even though it's not chasing. It has to be part of this. If the rook wasn't on the seventh rank, this would not be mate, trapping the king, and then this rook does the chasing. So the rook that does the chasing looks like the hero, but to me, the guard is such an important spot. It is a very important job, just as important chaser. Okay, once again, and it's from on the other side of the board, we flip from different parts of the board to increase our vision. Again, you have two rooks, both are guarding. Both rooks are guarding. If you're looking at rook to a1 check, that's not going to work. Because after rook goes to a1 with a check, the bishop can come back and safely guard for the moment. Instead, use a rook on h2 to play to h1, chasing the king from there, giving a check. Then this rook on a2 is still guarding the entire seventh rank, and this would be checkmate. So beware, there are defenders about, and the pieces work really well to defend. So just because it looks like a checkmate may not be. Now, there is a rook on the square where the king can escape here. There's a rook on that square. Escape is accomplished here for black by a capture. That's going to be capturing. The knight move, knight d7 to f8, therefore, is not going to be a checkmate. Because the king can still run to g8 and capture the rook. In this case, the chaser must perform various functions simultaneously. So the knight is going to be the chaser. It's going to go to f6 and chase the king. Also going to protect the rook. It's providing two different services, chaser and helper. This is a combination of both assisted and supported mate. So you'll have combinations, hybrids. The king cannot run away to g6, protecting, cannot capture the rook, it's being protected. The knight is checking the king. Wow. The knight on h6 here is harmful material. The king cannot run because there's a piece there. Oh no. So the knight and rook really do team up pretty well to come against this king in checkmate. Okay, what's happening here? Wow. Um, so you have to check for squares the king can still move to. H7, G7, G8, but don't come to a hasty decision anytime you see a check. Um, there's a lot of checks here. There's rook to E8 check, rook to H7. It's not safe because the king takes. There's knight to F7, knight to G6 check. Um, Here the rook is guarding H7 square and the square on G8. The bishop's also guarding. The rook is only guarding the rook on H7, square on H7. Bishop guards G8. Um, there's no escape squares for the king. What do? We don't want to move quickly and just make a check and allow the king to get out. I don't like rook to E8 check. If you make this move quickly, okay, you kind of let the king out. Uh-oh, that's not good. The king could have also ran to G7. So we don't want to just move right away. We have to see what's going on. The king cannot move anywhere. You might think at that point that any check will then suffice. That's wrong. When the chaser moves to give check, it may open up king squares which then had been guarded. For instance, if you saw the move knight to f7 check, thinking this is a good check, well, if the knight goes to f7, it's going to block the rook from doing its job, trapping the king. It's going to block the rook from guarding. White should not check the king from f7. It produces the wrong kind of cooperation between the king is suddenly offered squares to run. And the knight sabotages the pieces working together. So the correct move is knight to e5, g6. This check works. It doesn't get in the rook's way, stays out of the rook's way. The king still cannot move to g8 because of the bishop. So keep that in mind. There's lots of checks here. Don't rush to make a check. Beware of your pieces tripping over each other, getting in their way. Here the knight gets in the rook's way. And this is much more harmonious. The knight to g6 looks better, feels better. It's a checkmate. So be careful. Look very carefully. This is checkmate. Now, I encourage you to try this endgame. And also, try forcing the king to the side of the board and checkmating it. Try it on your own board. You can also go to Chess Kid, and I love this section. Go to Learn. I'll show you. The Learn area. Go back. This icon here, Learn. By the way, the desktop version of Chess Kid is better than the app. Not that you can't play on the app. Great too, but desktop version. Now this is a coach's. This is my coach. My name, by the way, is Coach Nathan Chess on Chesscade. Find me, play me, challenge me to games. Look, I'm playing Daniel T from 281. I'm playing Nadav from PS10. Play a move. I just click in. This is Nadav. He's on the chess team. He's online now. That's what this green little square means. And I play a move, and it's 7 days per move. It's a long time, but the game could last a long time. It could actually potentially last years. But this is my game against Daniel T. Danny T. He's a good chess player. Um, and that's a 6 days. I'm going to think about this one. So, nonetheless, find me. My name is Coach Nathan Chess. I am on the ICN network as well. That's the ICN with the hands together. Find me and play me, okay? So what I'm talking about is Checkmate. Go to the Learn area, the icon that says Learn, and go to Workout. This is a great, great resource. The computer workout. There's categories. You want to do all these different ways. This is nice because it just comes out as beginner. Go to the beginner section. Click on that. It'll search for all the beginner workouts. Just like we learned, so we went to the number one. Two rook mate. Two rooks can make a checkmate without the help of the king. You don't even need your king, like we saw. Control one row with one rook, that's a guard. Then it takes the next row with the other rook, that's a chaser. Okay? So, now how do you force a king to the side of the board? Well, you set up a guard, first of all. And then, since this rook has a job, guarding the king, trapping it, you put the other rook to work. To get the work rook, you did the chase. Now they switch roles. The rook on a5 is guarding the king, and this rook doesn't have a job anymore. Now you'd like to play rook to b6, but it's not safe here, and chase the king, and this rook is guarding, so you swing the rook to the other side. Oh, oops, I made a move that shouldn't have been made. So if the king is attacking the rook here, you can swing it to the other side. Now, this rook is guarding. You don't want to play a7. You swing it to the other side. Make sure they don't trip over each other, give checks. Let's guard that king on the back rank. We know how important the guard is. And now, which rook is not doing any work? Should we check with the g8 rook? Should we check with the rook h6? Well, the rook on g7 is guarding. So we want to keep this rook here. It's doing a very good job. Use the rook on h6. That is the workout. You're playing the computer coach, and then it'll go to the next one. We did two rooks. It'll say, now checkmate with queen and king. So, it's a great, oh, I love this one, material odds. This one's fun. You take the entire back rank of pieces. You have every single piece except your pawns versus his king. Use all your pieces and try to checkmate. You probably have a guard, and you're going to have a chaser. You might have a supported mate or an assisted mate. I'd like to see them, okay, but that's in the workout section. I even like doing it. It's just great. It's they're mind exercises. It's like doing puzzles. um, so a lot of these even though they're beginner, it's not easy, and it gets into intermediate pretty fast. And they're not just about checkmates. They're a lot of them are, but sometimes it's more different strategical steps. Okay, keep that in mind. Remember, uh, to go to the ICN, check your emails. Okay, chess clubs, check email. Make sure to get on and look for the emails from Coach Russ. They come from Impact Coaching Network at gmail.com. Check those. Lots of news, lots of excitement. I'll see you guys. Thank you.